It's no secret that the Democrat Party is in shambles. They've never been this unpopular in history. They are losing the culture war. They lost the election. They lost the popular vote. Everything is just really bad for them right now. And GOP Senator Eric Schmidt let them have it to their face, even saying, "I feel bad for you." And he went on a historic rant recapping the sad, sad state of the Democrat Party in 2025, and you need to watch this. This was absolutely brilliant. So, my name is Clayton Kurtz from TrendyPolitics.com. Please make sure to like this video if you enjoy his rant against them, and subscribe to the channel if you like more videos like this. So, take it away.
I find it interesting that my Democrat colleagues are so enraged by this non-story and had nothing to say when we had a president who literally couldn't put two sentences together for 2 years. President Autopin was the commander-in-chief. No questions about his inability to construct sentences, let alone foreign policy. But here we are with a fake story. But this is what happens when you have a party that has reached actually not rock bottom yet. Not rock bottom yet. But they got nothing. Zero. No issues, no leader, fringe issues define them. So they're going to glom onto the story of the day. And quite frankly, it's embarrassing for them. Just like, by the way, these calls to, come out against violence. The only thing, district court rulings, the only thing that's been talked about are political solutions. The only person I remember standing in front of the Supreme Court calling for a whirlwind on Justice Kavanaugh and other Supreme Court justices that were followed up by assassination attempts of Supreme Court justices, that were followed up by violent protests outside their homes where they had to move out of their homes, was Chuck Schumer. And as long as we're denouncing violence, how about firebombing Tesla dealerships? This Antarctic kind of strain runs through the left. And to my Democrat friends, I feel bad for you because your party has been captured by a radical element that is pro-Hamas, that is pro-violence, that is firebombing, Tesla dealerships because they don't like that Elon Musk has actually found the grift out and is cutting it out. The NGOs that have laundered money for Democrat causes for years, it's all coming to an end and they don't know how to handle it. So anyway, as far as sort of some of these rulings, I would point out that in the most recent case with the Venezuelan thugs who've now been imprisoned in El Salvador, the apex of presidential power is, as Justice Jackson wrote in the Youngstown Steel case in his concurrence, is that the apex when you have congressional delegation or core Article II powers as commander-in-chief. And the district court, in citing the Alien Enemies Act, where whether wartime or invasion or predatory incursion, the president is acting within his authority, the district court has no more authority to tell the president he can't do that than they can, speaking of national security, directing troop movements or missile strikes. So when we talk about separation of powers, it does go both ways. It does go both ways, and there's been this obsession with getting all of you on the record about following court orders. The President of the United States has said he will follow court orders time and time again, but it's this desire to just stir up something because they have nothing. That's what's going on here.
That was an absolute masterclass. Just looking at them right in their faces and saying, hey, I feel bad for you guys. You guys have become the party of supporting terrorists. You guys have become the party of firebombing Tesla dealerships. How insane is it that you need to be looking over your shoulder because of the kind of car you drive? And even the reasons they hate Elon have nothing to do, like they have this warped sense of what Elon is actually doing. This man is cutting government waste. By the way, something that Obama used to talk about, something that Pelosi and Schumer used to want and talk about. But now that Elon and Trump are doing it, no, it's just the worst thing in the world. Obama famously said, I know that some of these cuts aren't very big, but we cannot let 1 penny of our taxpayer dollars go to waste. Where's the Democrat Party now? They don't care. So I want to show you this amazing clip following up with that, because CNN, they made their voters, they made their viewers quite sad with this statistic, because there's this false idea out there that Trump supporters are regretting their votes. And CNN's Harry Enton basically said, nuh-uh, that is not even close to happening. Check out this insane statistic that Harry Enton talks about live on CNN.
Let's talk about Trump voters and how they feel. Do they regret their vote?
I mean, this is the big question, right? I hear all these stories, all these articles. All the Trump voters, they regret what they did back in 2024. I'm here to tell you, very few of them regret what they did back in 2024. What are we talking about? Trump voters looking back at 2024. We got a new poll out. The poll was conducted this month. What percentage would change their vote to a different candidate? We're talking just 2%, just 2%. That's not even a wide spot on the road. And then there's this additional 1% who say they would rather not vote. We're talking overall under 5% might or would have changed their vote, Donald Trump voters back in 2024. And then you ask, okay, the same question to Kamala Harris voters, and it turns out the numbers are rather similar. So if there was a repeat, if folks got to be able to redo their vote that they had back in 2024, would the result be any different? I doubt it would be. I doubt it would be, or it would still be extremely close. The bottom line is, for all this talk of Trump voters regretting their vote, in the numbers, it really just doesn't show up, John.
Isn't that amazing? Is that everyone thinks that, oh, well, you know, Trump would have lost 2% of his vote and 1% would have, not voted. That means 3% swing potentially to Kamala, or, 1% away from Trump and 2% to Kamala. No, that's not how this works, because there's a lot of people that during this Trump administration have actually gained respect for him and like what he's doing. We think that the American people are just like this monolithic group that is just always going to vote the same exact way. That doesn't happen, people. That does not happen. Trump is winning people over, just like, yeah, there are some people that are losing interest in him for whatever reason. Maybe they had false expectations or whatever, but honestly, the man is doing every single thing that he said he was going to do. And so I don't understand why people. And so back to the senator's comments about the Democrats being in a historically low point, I'm sorry, at the end of the day, the American people are happy with who they elected. They are not regretting their votes. They sure as heck do not wish that they would have voted for Kamala Harris, because a Kamala Harris administration would have just been another Joe Biden administration, another 4 years of his disastrous policies. She even said she would have done absolutely nothing different than Joe Biden, and that would have been a recipe for disaster. President Trump is out there making real changes, and that is it's a sight to see. Let's not take it for granted, because these 4 years are going to fly by. So let me know what you think about this video. Please like it and share it with somebody that you know, and I'll talk to you soon.